What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys another episode of my fantasy sports podcast. And we have a pretty good NBA slate tonight. There's a few really good games. There's not any blowout risk, maybe in Golden State, but with no Curry, the Warriors haven't really been blowing anyone out, and the Magic actually have been playing pretty decent this year. So every game looks like it's going to stay decently close, which makes it easier on our end. And there's some really good value plays out there that we should definitely take advantage of. And I will mention some of those value plays in this video so you guys can get a head start on your research and put together some winning lineups for tonight. Before we get into anything, I have a Cyber Monday deal going on. If you haven't looked at my website or my Twitter, I've posted what the deal is. So just check that out. And what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh yeah, and I also have a giveaway going on, announcing the winner tomorrow. I have a $100 PayPal giveaway going on. So all you got to do is go in my recent tweets and look at the giveaway and retweet it. There aren't too many retweets, so it gives yourself a pretty decent chance to win the $100. And I'll be announcing that winner tomorrow night, like I said. So jumping right into tonight, we have Milwaukee at Charlotte. This is actually a really good game. It's going to be close. Should be pretty high scoring. I really like Kemba Walker here at 9,200. He's a guy that should be creeping up more towards 10K nowadays. He's been playing like an absolute stud through the first half of this season, and I expect him to get over 40 fantasy points in this game. Should be competitive, should be close. I also like Eric Bledsoe. He's been playing good ball as well. That should be a nice competitive matchup there at point guard tonight. He's easily exceeding over 30 minutes and over 30 fantasy points. I'd say he's more of a GPP play as opposed to a cash game play tonight. Shooting guards, I don't love Middleton. I don't love Lamb. Lamb's price has gone up a little bit to 6,500. I don't think that's the position to look at in this game. Antetokounmpo, he's great as well, but there's some value at small forward tonight. I also you could definitely pick him, but 12,700 is a little steep of a price for me. He needs like 65 fantasy points to reach value. Not saying he can't do it. It's just a really steep hill there. And when you got Kevin Durant at the same position, it's going to be tough to get both of them. I think Durant's the better play for the cheaper cost. Marvin Williams, he's low-key been playing really good basketball. 4,500 is a little bit of a price jump. I don't love it. It was really nice when he was at 4,000, especially when he's starting and seeing over 25 minutes a game. He had a great game last night, so something to really come off of there. I don't mind him in GPPs at 4,500. He should get right up towards 25 fantasy points for you. And then he's shown he can have that ceiling. I don't expect him to get 37 again, but when he gets going, he can have a really good game. That's what makes him a pretty good tournament play tonight. Houston at Washington, another awesome game. This is probably my favorite game of the night. Two really high-paced teams here. Should feature a lot of scoring, should stay close. There's a little bit of injuries we should be paying attention to here. John Wall's a game time just because he was seen icing his ankle. It's not even like an official injury report. So I think he's going to be ready to go. He's definitely going to want to play against Houston tonight at home. And then Chris Paul is a legit questionable tonight, so we need to pay attention to that. If he's out, I do like Eric Gordon again, even at 5,100. A lot of people were off of him last game with Chris Paul out, but he was just a must-play in my eyes. He was playing Cleveland, possibly the worst defense in the league, and he ended up crushing value. He should see high minutes again with Chris Paul out, so just pay attention to that news. Harden also makes a pretty good play with Paul out as well. Small forwards, you could look towards Jeff Green. He's been playing pretty well. He should see mid-20s in minutes. Didn't have the greatest game last game, but he's been seeing some pretty consistent playing time and consistent usage. 4,200 isn't a bad play. Markieff Morris, let's pay attention to Dwight Howard. He wasn't at shoot-around today, so if he's out, they're probably going to be giving more minutes towards Markieff. They'll probably start Thomas Bryant just to cover Clint Capella, but I think Markieff can cover Capella. He's a little shorter, but I think he could stick with him, and I think he's a really good play at 4,700. Definitely for GPPs, you could sneak him into cash games. He's had 3 really good games in a row. He needs around 24 fantasy points to hit value tonight, and if he's seeing over 25 minutes, I definitely like him as a play tonight, especially with no Dwight Howard. Minnesota at Cleveland, another great game here. There's a lot of upside for this Minnesota team because Cleveland, like I said earlier, is such a poor defensive team. It's just really tough to tell where to go. Everyone's healthy for the Timberwolves. I think Taj Gibson's a decent play, but he hasn't been playing secure minutes or usage with Dario Saric now starting to filter in pretty consistently into their rotation, and Robert Covington. Since that trade, those guys have really been soaking up some usage and minutes. This Timberwolves team is just an all-around really solid team. It's really hard to pick out which guy to start in your lineup, especially when they're all, mid-6,000s and more. So, again, it's a good game, but as far as DFS goes, it's really hard to predict which Timberwolf is going to do well tonight, so I'm not really going to pick out a certain guy. I can make that for you to decide. There's no David Nwaba. I know he's been playing good. He's been playing some serious minutes over the past week, so this should open up some minutes for guys like Jordan Clarkson. And I don't know, maybe Rodney Hood should play some more. 5,000 is a pretty decent price. More of a GPP play, but he should see easily over 30 minutes tonight. And if he gets going, he's a really good scorer. He could really light up the scoreboard if he gets going. So 5,000 isn't a bad price for me with Rodney Hood. Boston at New Orleans, another really good game tonight. We have no Jaylen Brown, so this should open up some minutes for the Celtics guards. Now, last game, there was no Gordon Hayward, and he's back tonight. I think a lot of people are going to make the mistake of playing Marcus Morris at 5,100 because he played all the minutes last time. But really, the Celtics are all healthy with their forwards. They have Al Horford back. I don't think Marcus Morris or Tatum is the move tonight. I think with Jaylen Brown out, it's going to be a guard type of night for the Celtics. I'm liking Marcus Smart at 4,000. I'm liking Terry Rozier at 3,800. He is probable tonight, so he's really good value. Kyrie Irving is also a nice pick at 9,000. He has shown he can have some crazy upside. His recent game log, 71, 58, 53. Cash games, I don't love it. 9,000 is a pretty more than fair price for him, but for GPPs, his upside is awesome, and with no Jaylen Brown, there's just more usage for those guards to go around. But I think the cash game looks here are Terry Rozier and Marcus Smart for sure. As far as the Pelicans go, Davis is probable for tonight, so it really opens up no value for the Pelicans. Holiday, his price has always stayed around 9,000, which is very fair. You can maybe squeak him into cash games if you have that kind of money at shooting guard. He's a guy that's going to get you over 40 fantasy points literally every single night. So he's a really, really safe play with a really high floor. So I don't mind Holiday. He's probably the safest play in this game. Anthony Davis, 12.6 is really expensive. And again, he has a hip issue. He's expected to play, but we all know Anthony Davis. He's very, very prone to injury. He just needs to just be fully healthy for me to want to play him, and I think it's just a little sketchy tonight. So to play him in cash games could be a little bit of a risk. San Antonio at Chicago, this is a really good GPP game. DeMar DeRozan should go overlooked tonight with a great matchup at 8,900. He has really good upside. The Spurs haven't been playing the best basketball, so they by no means should blow out the Bulls tonight. This game should stay pretty close. It should be pretty high scoring. DeRozan's a really fair play at under 9,000. You could also look at Aldridge. I wouldn't recommend playing both Aldridge and DeRozan. They tend to individually go off. They don't really both have solid games. So For GBP, you can go one or the other, LaMarcus Aldridge or DeMar DeRozan. I don't mind either at all. They have really good upside tonight in Chicago. The Bulls, there's really no injuries to open up any usage. I'm really all set with the Bulls side of things. Indiana at Utah, another big injury here. Two big injuries, really. Victor Oladipo's out again, and there's no Donovan Mitchell. So this is something we got to take advantage of here. I really like Ricky Rubio at 6,900. He's going to see a lot of usage again with no Donovan Mitchell. He should be the true guard tonight. Him and Joe Ingles tend to share the assists when Donovan Mitchell is out. So I like Rubio even at 6,900. And I really like Joe Ingles. He's going to be a really popular cash play tonight at 6,000. He should easily get over 30 fantasy points to reach value. And I also really like Alec Burks tonight at 3,500. I played him last night, ended up cashing easily. He was a really, really solid play off of that Jazz bench. He should see another 20 minutes tonight and get 20 fantasy points. I like what he does when he's on the court, and he should be out there pretty often tonight with no Mitchell. Everyone likes to go Royce O'Neal when Mitchell's out because he starts, but he literally just does absolutely nothing. This guy just goes on the court for defense, and he really doesn't do much. So I'm not a fan of Royce O'Neal as a punt play tonight. I'm more on the Alec Burks train as far as minimum price guys go tonight. And then for the bigs in this game, I don't love them. We're just going to move on to the next game. Orlando at Golden State. Like I said earlier in the video, Durant's a good stud to pay up for tonight at 11.5. They're going to need every bit of his talent and skill to win this game. And I don't think they're going to blow out the Magic. They're 8-point favorites tonight. The Magic have been playing pretty decent ball. And for the sole purpose that I think they're going to really struggle covering Nikola Vucevic. They have no one to put on him. Draymond Green is out tonight. And he's just an absolute stud. I love Vucevic. I don't know if I like him in cash games as much as I like him in GPP just because of his upside. 71.5 in his last game against the Lakers. If you have the money to spend up at center, go for it. He's a solid play. I think the Warriors have no one to guard him. They're probably going to put Damian Jones on him to start. Maybe have Looney come off the bench and cover him. But in general, Vucevic should do a lot of the eating tonight for the Magic and have a lot of usage. Aaron Gordon's a decent GBP play. Whenever the Magic have a great game, he's always a reason why, and he has really good upside. So a strictly tournament play for me tonight. And I also like Klay Thompson. You could fit him in cash games. I had him and Durant in cash against the Kings 2 nights ago, and my team ended up going off. I scored like 350. It was a high-scoring night to begin with, but my cash team really pushed tournaments that night. I think it was Saturday night. And I'm looking to do that again. I think Durant and Klay are really solid cash game plays tonight. I think they're the guys to go to in this game. And I think Vucevic is really the only viable option for the Magic. Maybe Evan Fournier, but he hasn't been great over the last week or so. 6,400 is more than a fair price, almost too much. And that really sums up this game. There's really no value here. You want to pay up for the guys in this game. But until next time, guys, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off.